Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Caitlin and I'm the creator of this channel, Cash Stuffed. And every single month I do a debt check-in. It's a really cool series on here where I'm super transparent with my numbers and I go over what debts I have, what the amounts are, what they're for, and the progress we've made every single month. And I do this on the first Wednesday of every single month. If you follow my other videos that I share on here, I shared last week that this was actually supposed to go live last Wednesday, and I was supposed to film this last Wednesday, but I kind of had an ear infection and it was in urgent care for a little while, so we're good now. But that's why this video is a little bit later, aka a week later. So I just wanted to let you know. So I have my computer right up here next to me, and I have all my debts in order, so we're gonna go through these, but first, I have to give y'all what we were talking about in my last video, and it's a Lilly Pulitzer Sale update, and I'm kind of really happy that I didn't do like the debt check-in video until like last week. Granted, I could have like obviously, oh, there's my banana. I could have obviously showed you guys like in like the cash stuffing or cash money videos, but since this video is like a face-to-face, it's so much more fun to like show like things in person. So the Lilly sale is officially done. I finished it actually this morning because it starts in stores for like some of the big ones like the big Sunshine Sale that happens at the end of summer. They'll start that in stores a couple days before they launch it online. So I actually shopped last Saturday in stores at two of my favorite stores. I only shopped at one, but I went to the other to see if they would have stuff. And this is one of the things that I got. I love this top since it came out. It is the cutest little like embroidered linen, like striped long sleeve. It even has some like cute details on the back. Oh my God, it's so cute. And then I also got this really, really cute swing dress. It's giving me all the Barbie vibes. Like, look at that print. How fun is that? I just think this is so cute. I already have another dress in this style, and these are so nice to just throw on and go. You don't have to do anything about it. This did have matching shorts that I wanted, but it sold out so fast. I was like, oh. But I am in a lot of like resale Facebook groups, so I'm going to check there to see if anyone got it, because I'm pretty sure I know what size I want. And then today, drum roll, today was the day. The Lilly sale online started this Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And usually what they do is they add new styles throughout the week, throughout those 3 days, to kind of keep excitement and all of that going. Well, I was checking every day for this one print to be added because it came out in spring and it was my favorite. It was one of my favorite prints they've ever done. And it's one that will literally last forever. And I've been waiting for it. And it finally came out. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I'm going to scoot over here. I'm going to put on the screen here what I got. And then when it actually like arrives, it could arrive in multiple, shipments. That's just kind of how the Lilly sale works. But I thought it'd be really cool to show you what I got. So the print is Make Lemonade. So I got, and I'm just going to list stuff here and then I'm going to put photos on the screen. So I'm hoping maybe I should pull up my order. Maybe I should do that. Hold on. Let me pull it up so I like don't like miss anything that I got. So it's, okay. Yeah, here we go. So I got this really cute pink sweater with lemon embroidery. The theme was lemon this year and I'm so here for it because I've always loved lemon print stuff. It's a nice light sweater and I live in Florida, so do I really need anything heavier? No. I got this cute little headband to match the set that I got here. It's a short and like hoodie set, obviously sold separately, but absolutely love this. I can wear this lounging around, grocery shopping, whatever. This dress, oh my God. How cute is this dress? This is, again, to summarize who I am in a nutshell, it is that dress. Happy, fun, excited. Like, I love this dress. I got the flip-flop because I actually haven't had a pair of flip-flops in a long time. And it matches everything, so we got that. And I got these cute little running shorts as well. Those, I'm hoping I got the right size. I may have needed to size up one more, but I'm not sure. But again, I'm in those groups. I can easily say, hey, does someone want to trade this size for this size? And many times a lot of people do that, especially after the sale. I also got this short here. This is their signature like buttercup, like stretch short. I've had these styles for years and I love this lemon print. I'm gonna be able to have it for forever. And then the last things that I got was this swimsuit. I've actually never tried their swimwear on. And I have not bought a new swimsuit, I swear to God, guys, in probably maybe 9 years. I kid you not. It was just something I didn't want to buy. And to be honest, swimsuits are kind of a touchy topic for women. I don't know if it's just me who feels that way, but like, I've never like been like excited to go swimsuit shopping. You know what I mean? Maybe it's just me. But it's one of those things where it's just like, I don't know, it can be fantastic or it could be extremely uncomfortable. Like, you know, I don't know, but I love this print. A bandeau style is my favorite because I'm really small up top. I joke that I'm part of the itty bitty titty committee, but like that type of style fits really well on me and it's really flattering. And I like that the top can be like, you can take the straps off or not. So that is what I got. I'm so excited. Like I said, I've been waiting so long for that print to go on sale. Didn't have it in any of the stores, couldn't try it on. They waited. They did it on purpose because a couple years ago, the one item I was really excited for waited until the last day as well. And I was like, oh my God, it was this ruffle purple jumpsuit. Oh, it's stunning. Let me tell you, it's stunning. So, okay, I've got my spreadsheet pulled up here. So what we do here, if you're new here, is I go through each of my debts. I share how many I have. I share what my monthly payment is. And I actually was really good this time. I actually kept what the previous month's payment was, and I did a new row underneath that to show what the new balance is going into this month. So that way, I feel like it gives us a better track of like what the progress was month to month, because especially if this is like the first video of mine you've found doing this, you might not know what progress has actually really been made or anything like that. So I just thought that would be helpful. So, and also, by the way, too, I'm still really excited about all the subscribers that have joined my channel lately. It's been like an influx, so I wanted to say thank you again. I'm probably going to say thank you in almost every video because I get really excited about it. We're almost to 1,000 subscribers. I am going to do a really cool giveaway when we hit 1,000 subscribers, so let's get there. We're only like 150 away, which is like insane to me. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into it. Okay, that was a long intro, but like we talked about this. This was happening in this video, and y'all knew it. So, okay. Debt number one is my Capital One credit card. That one, again, if you're new here, it was my longest outstanding credit card that I've had. And that was one that during COVID, when I lost my job, got closed because I couldn't make the payments. And I tried to figure out some type of like payment plan, something. And they basically said, no, we won't work with you. And they closed my account and would not let me contact them at all. I hate Capital One. I hate them. So now it is currently in a debt collection through a law firm, and I make monthly payments on that. So my monthly payment is $125 currently. At a certain point, I would like to make a higher payment, but with my debt, usually what we're doing right now is the snowball method, which if you're new to that or getting out of debt or just financial journey in general, that basically means working on the lower debt or the lowest debt that you have, and then getting that paid off and like kind of slowly working your way up to it. So that way it feels like you've made bigger progress over time because you've had so many little wins. And I can attest that that really does work. What we're currently doing is going back and forth between a debt of mine and a debt of my husband's. I obviously have more in my name because he was in the military and didn't really have anything. I have student loans. I have, I have credit cards. Like, I had a very different setup than he did, and that's totally fine. But we're going to get to that. So last month this is actually really exciting because we're getting closer to being one like number down again. So last month, our monthly total was $6,894.32. And as of today, because I grabbed all the balances today, it's $6,644.32. What is nice about, if you had to pick one positive thing about something going to collections, at least in my instance here, is there's not interest that keeps going. You're just paying off the amount. So again, I don't like that it went to collections because it still doesn't make me look good, but at least it's not something that's just like I'm making payments and it's not doing anything to them because of the interest. Like my next like my next debt, which let's go ahead and go into. Debt number 2 is my second credit card. This is my Discover credit card. I hate them as well. I just hate all of them. Let's be real. But I really don't like Capital One's number 1, but Discover's number 2. So I was on this little payment thing, I think, that was like it, and I say I think because they have honestly very confused me at this point, to the point where I don't know when I'm on a payment plan, when I'm not, just because they'll just randomly decide to change it and not really give me any notice. So I don't understand it. Last month I paid $119 And my balance last month was $4,599.68. When I look today, my balance is $4,620.90. So basically, I've already gained like $21 or a little over that in interest just for that, and my payment was $119. So I really paid under $100 and barely made any progress. This is one that the interest is so high that once I go over the ones that we're currently working to pay off, that one's next, because it just grinds my gears, man. It really does. I hate it so much. Just because I don't feel like I can get any progress anywhere. Now, I did get a notification. My payments this month are back in the higher range, which is why I said I've been kind of confused. It says my monthly payment this month is like, I think $161 is what I put in my tracking spreadsheet for this month. So we'll see if that makes any more progress. I mean, in a perfect world, I would love to kind of start rounding up some of these to like 200, which in the next one I'm going to go over, well, no, two more from now. I've started rounding up, and that's how we did start to make progress with some of these, which I guess that's a really good pro tip I can give you for everyone who's watching this and wanting to get out of debt or make progress on their debt. If you have a payment, like for instance, before we paid off our mattress, the monthly payment was like $66. I was paying that for like a little bit. Well, at a certain point, I switched it to $75 because at the end of the day, it's just a couple more dollars. There was no interest on the account. So it's just an easy way to make progress. Even when I had my car payment, that's been paid off for over a year now. My monthly payment was like $343. I always rounded up to $350. You're not going to miss those $7. You're really not. I know it might seem like it, but like you don't even know it's gone, which is also why I like cash stuffing. You don't even know that you've put the money aside, and then you look back and you're like, I have all this money. It works really well, guys. So it's kind of the same approach that I take here. So that is one that when we get to the point, I want to start making some higher payments to actually make an impact, and start to see some of that principal go down, and work with me instead of against with the interest. So that's kind of where that one's at. My next one, classic student loan. This one, I'm really excited because, well, no, I'm excited. It's still a lot of money, but it's still worth being excited about. I pay $206.15 every single month. And as of last month, my balance was $14,019.83. And as of this month, it is $13,868.19. So that's kind of a nice little surprise there that we're finally under that 14,000 mark. And no matter what, even like when we make this payment, this is usually around like the 20th or something like that of every month. This will stay in the $13,000 range, which is nice. It's not like the Discover credit card that's the interest is so astronomical that you don't really make progress. With a student loan one, you do, but it's still slow, right? It's still slow. So that's, out of all the student loans, that one's going to be the last one that is on our list of paying in terms of priority. Right behind that's Capital One. Underneath that is Discover. And then next in line, there's kind of an even tie right now. I've been sharing this, but next in line is my dog's surgery loan that we have through my husband's bank. And basically what that was, if you're new here, I never know when you joined, so I like to give a little recap. About, what is it year? Was it really 2 years ago now? Wow, yeah, I think in 2023 was the year my dog Diesel, who's currently sleeping under my desk right now, he had TPLO surgery, which is essentially knee surgery in dogs. He tore his DCL, and basically he had to have surgery, and it's not a cheap surgery. It's a $5,000 surgery. Depending on where you go, it could be more. And he's an extra large breed, so he was at the top of the price sheet, but he's also never done anything wrong in his whole life. He's never had to go to the vet for anything other than his annual checkup, get his flea meds, all this stuff. He's the perfect dog, so it was no question to us that he was going to get this surgery because he's just phenomenal. I know every pet parent says that, but if you met the weasel, you would know. So we've been paying that off since then, and for a while, the payment was like $127.97. That is one that I did start rounding up to $135. And we've also had some moments like in July where I made like a bigger payment of $400, and that really did a good impact for us. I don't believe the interest is that bad on this, which is also really nice. And so currently our balance, I actually just made a payment today. So that's why this number, I didn't give like an accurate update just because the September payment was due today. And so I'm going to share what I have written down, and it's probably like slightly different from here, but I just want to let you know. So before, and I guess I could also write that I paid that. There we go. I didn't put the number in yet. We were at $2,967.82. We're going to be lower than that now. So we're under the 3,000 mark, which is really nice. That is currently the priority loan, tied priority with the next one I'm going to give you. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have 6 debts, by the way. We did have 9 at the start of this year. We have actually paid off 3 debts, which is kind of phenomenal. I'm still proud of myself. Anytime I have moments where I'm feeling very upset or down about the progress I'm making, which I did feel all last month. I've shared in my cash stuffings and cash planning that August was kind of a really crappy month for us. I had a lot of work projects get delayed until this month, end of this month, later, because of product delays and shipments from brands coming in, different things, my own life events like delayed me from finishing certain work. So it's been a thing. That's why September is actually going to be, September and October should be decent months. I'm really hoping for, but because of that, I wasn't able to make the kind of larger progress I was making at the first of the year, which is fine. I know not every month and every part of the year is going to look the same. I've accepted that, but you still get a little like, oh, when you've been able to do some really cool moments, and then you're just like, well, gosh darn it, this sucked. But you guys have been so nice, by the way. Like, I've been sharing that, and I've actually had multiple of you guys share that, like, August was hard for you guys too. And I think August is a hard month in general because depending on where you live, kids go back to school. In my side of the country, I'm, down in the South, down in Florida, we go back to school in August. I know up north and stuff like that go after Labor Day in September. So I know everywhere's different, but we go back in August. I say we as if I'm still in school. I've been out for so long, but you get my point. And so I think that's just a hard month because there's new schedules coming in. It's also kind of the second half of the year too for companies, and they're reworking marketing budgets. They're figuring out plans for the upcoming holiday season, which is always the busiest season. Fall holiday is always the busiest because I think all of us are just in a fantastic mood. You know what I mean? And there's just so much exciting things happening and things to participate in. So August was really rough. I'm really hoping September and October, if they work out the way that I'm really hoping they do, it'll put us in a really good place. And I think, I don't want to I'm going to put this out there in a manifesting way, but not to jinx it. I think we'll be able to pay off another debt, potentially completely, which would be a very exciting thing. So the surgery loan is one that's the top priority right now. And then the one it's tied with is my Sam's credit card. This was one, when it first started, I was fantastic about keeping the debts down. Every time I bought something, I paid it off. I always had the money for it. Well, we had a couple instances where we had some discrepancies on when I would get paid versus when I bought something, and then we needed that money for something else. And then, prime example, August was hard. Well, we still had to eat. I still had to get gas and all this stuff, and we're back to normal. And whatever money I had in there is what I paid and stuff like that. But the credit card has gotten obviously high up, which is what I really did not want with this one. But life happened. We're fixing it. That's all I can tell myself. Otherwise, I get upset. And I don't think we need to see this happiness get upset. So currently our balance is $1,426.61. And this does have a $1,500 credit limit. I'm being honest. I've said from the beginning, I'm going to be transparent with y'all. Doesn't always mean it makes me feel good to share those numbers, because sometimes I'm like, well, gosh darn it. You were doing so good, Caitlin. But at the same time, I want you to know that we all do this. We all go through it. So this one, I did just make a payment on the other day though. It was, again, I used it for gas, immediately had the money, paid it off. Going to be doing that again. I have some stuff coming up that I'm getting paid for in the next week or so. I already plan on doing another payment towards it. We are getting it back down. And in my cash stuffing, I've also shared, some of my savings challenges. I have that one, the scratch off one, that's the $200, scratch off amount to save $200. I've almost completed that one. And so that one I shared that I think I wanted to do a debt payment for whatever it was. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put it on the Sam's credit card, and that'll start moving the needle. You know what I mean? It's once you can make that one dent and you're like, okay, I got this. It all starts to go from there. So I'm not worried that we'll get it back down. I just am impatient on how I would like it to happen because I'm a very like, let's get it done kind of person, but that's okay. And there's my cat, Colonel Mustard, or at least his whiskers. And then, no, don't lick the camera. He was about to rub on the camera and I think lick it. And there he goes. Hi, everyone. All right. The last debt that we have, debt number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, I knew I said 6 earlier, but for some reason I was seeing like 5, and I was like, that's wrong, Caitlin. Is the wedding loan credit card that we're paying off through my parents. We were a little short on finishing paying for the wedding based on when I was getting paid for things, for jobs, and when the last payments were due for like the venue and stuff like that when we had our wedding back in March. So my parents got a credit card they were approved for, and I pay them money every month towards it to pay it off. And so I had set a goal at in the beginning of the year, or right after the wedding in April, to always give a $500 payment. That is a lot of money. It's something that I've had to work extra hard to come up with. So I'm explaining myself just because I don't want anyone to think that like, oh, I just have $500 always lying around. Like yes, I know that's a lot of money. It's a crap ton of money to me. And like I said, I've had to work really hard to make sure that I can kind of uphold the promise I made to myself. I haven't set September's payment yet, only because I'm waiting on a check. And so that one basically is going to go to that. But as of right now, we're at $3,500 out of $6,000. So I have done this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times already, which is phenomenal to me. And when I do the payment for this month, that will put us down at $3,000. So that's a really good feeling because I want this one paid off so bad. Because one, obviously, that's a lot of money I can keep again and pay off other things faster, but I really want that type of money to go towards like a house. Like we're trying to get into a house so bad. And so that's kind of my goal, is to get that paid off as soon as possible. The $500 amount came from, if I could pay it off in a year, what would that monthly payment look like? And it was $500. So that was kind of the mindset that I had, always doing that biggest payment possible, but also knowing that if I was consistent with that really big payment and I had a job opportunity that would allow me to pay it off, if I was doing these largest payments, it would get it down to the largest amount possible to pay off and make it easier. So that's kind of my mindset of it all. So that's the plan with that, but that is currently where we're at with all of our debts. I hope this is helpful for you guys to kind of see something I always ask in every video. And I always forget to do this at the beginning of the video, but I was a bit distracted. Is if you are comfortable sharing something that you're currently trying to pay off. And I don't mean to say like, you don't have to give an exact amount. Like you can if you want, like I did. I'm totally open because I want to be. But if you want to share like, oh, well, I'm actually trying to pay off just my student loan, or I'm paying off a credit card, or if you're at a point where you're just focusing on your house and you're trying to pay your mortgage off early, like that's phenomenal. Share that. Like, I think that's so cool because one, I want to support you and cheer you on, but two, it's really cool to see, like, when you see the comments, I get so many comments on these videos, and it makes me so excited because I feel like it's just such an awesome community to see that, like, you're not alone. Like, I feel like so many times, like, we all know that everyone has debt, right? We all know that people have credit cards and stuff like that. But, like, when you see, like, these people from, like, our same, like, budgeting community sharing what they're working on, I don't know what it is. Like, I just feel, like, way more empowered to get it done and actually do it. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, well, I have this debt, they have it too. It's just it's a weird reassuring feeling. You know, do you get that? I hope you do. But I hope that's a really exciting thing for you to share and for you to see that, you know, it's not just you, everyone's working on it and we're all making progress. So I hope you guys love this video. Definitely check out my other videos. I have another series on here called my savings check-in, which is shared at the end of every single month to kind of do a touch base on where we're at with our savings. And I think this month's one is actually going to be kind of interesting because, like I said, August was a bad month. I had to dip into some of my savings to pay for like medical stuff, including the ear infection and the urgent care trip I had last week that I didn't plan for. We're trying to fix that now. But I kind of have to rebuild our savings. So that one's going to be interesting because, again, if this month goes really well, like I'm hoping it does, we might be able to get some decent progress there. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. But I hope you guys love this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment sharing your current debt progress. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. And my cat scratching. That's a good view of Colonel Mustard. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.